Good morning, students. Welcome to the YouTube channel of our school, Vidya Setu. Today we will continue with the same chapter, tissue. In this chapter, we have already completed the various plant tissues. So now today we will be studying about animal tissues. Types of animal tissues, epithelial tissue and its types. So let's start our class. Students, we know that animal tissues are mostly living in nature because animals have to move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and mate. That's why they need more energy. Okay? Thus, most of the animal tissues are living in nature. Animal tissues are divided into four main categories: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue. As in plants, we have studied that the epidermis of the plant, it provides protection to the various plant parts. Similarly, the epithelial tissue in animals is also made for protection. The basic function of epithelial tissue is to provide protection to the various parts of an animal. Alright, so first today we will be talking about epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is the simplest tissue in all the animal tissues. The cells of this tissue are tightly packed and form continuous sheet. Okay, they are tightly packed. They do not have intercellular spaces between them. This tissue may be simple. It means it can be containing just single layer of cells or stratified. It means it can be made up of several layers of cell. If single layer of cell is present, that epithelial tissue will be simple. If many layers of cells are present, then the epithelial tissue will be stratified. Now the functions of epithelial tissue. It protects the underlying cells from drying, injury and chemical effects. It helps in absorption of water and minerals, and it also helps in the elimination of waste. So the three functions of epithelial tissue are: one is protection, second one is the absorption of water and mineral, and third one is the elimination of waste products. Now students, epithelial tissue is further divided into various types like squamous, cuboidal, columnar, glandular, ciliated and stratified squamous. So firstly we will study about the squamous epithelium, which is also called squamous epithelial tissue. Students, the cells of this tissue are thin, flat and irregular in shape, and they closely fit together like the tiles in a floor. We know that when a floor is made up of tiles, the tiles are closely fitted. So in the same way, the cells of this epithelial tissue are closely fit together to form a compact tissue. This is the diagram of squamous epithelium. These are the cells containing the nucleus and the cytoplasm. So they are closely fitted together. Alright, and they are irregular in shape. This tissue is found in the lining of cavities of mouth, esophagus, which is our food pipe, nose, alveoli, which are found in the lungs, blood vessels and covering of tongue. Alright. Now this tissue provide protection to the underlying parts of body from injury, entry of germs and chemicals and drying. So this was about the squamous epithelial tissue or squamous epithelium. Now next one is the stratified squamous epithelium. We know that when the cells of the epithelial tissue, they are arranged in the form of layers, then the epithelial tissue will be called stratified. And if it is just single layer of cell, then it will be called simple epithelial tissue. So the cells of this tissue are arranged in many layers. The upper layer of cell contain a protein called keratin and it becomes dead cells. Okay, so the topmost layer is dead due to the deposition of keratin. Now this tissue is found in the skin and it covers external dry covering of skin. This tissue also provides protection from mechanical injury. Next type of epithelial tissue is cuboidal epithelium. The cells of this tissue are cube-like. Okay, so the shape is like a cube. It is mainly found in kidney tubules, salivary glands, sweat glands, testes, and ovaries. Function of cuboidal epithelium tissue is absorption, excretion, and secretion of various substances. It also provides mechanical support. So these are the cells of cuboidal epithelial tissue. They are shaped like a cube. Alright. Next is columnar epithelium. It consists of cells which are taller than broader. Or we can say the cell are just like pillar. Pillar shaped cells are there in this type of epithelial tissue. This tissue is found in the lining of stomach, small intestine, colon, which is the part of large intestine, mucous membrane, gallbladder, and oviducts. Oviducts means fallopian tubes which are present in female reproductive system. The function of this tissue is mainly absorption and secretion. Next type of epithelial tissue is glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium is the epithelial tissue in which columnar epithelium is often modified to form glands which secrete chemicals. This columnar epithelial tissue, when it secretes certain chemicals, then glandular epithelial tissue is formed. Alright. Now next type of epithelial tissue is ciliated epithelial tissue, or we can say ciliated epithelium. Certain cuboidal or columnar cells have thread-like cilia. Here you can see in the diagram these thread-like structures, they are known as the cilia. So if thread-like structures are present in the cuboidal or columnar epithelial cells, then ciliated epithelial will be formed. Okay, such cells will form ciliated epithelium. What is the function of these thread-like structures or cilia? When these thread-like structure or cilia they beat, they push the different materials into one direction. So this is the function of cilia. Ciliated epithelial tissue, it is mainly found in sperm ducts, lines of trachea, bronchi, kidney tubules, and oviducts. The function of this tissue is to push solid particles in one direction through the beating of cilia. So student, this was all about the epithelial tissue. I hope all of you have understood the concept well. See you in the next class with the new topic of animal tissue. Thank you for watching.